Welcome back to the 25-day series on the Shadowlands realm. In this episode, we're going to abandon the 25 days concept altogether because we were draining an ocean monument and I completely lost track of time. It took definitely longer than 25 days, and to kind of go through that in the normal style of the episode so far would be extremely boring. So instead, what I've done is I've gone to subscribers, I've gone to Twitter followers, Instagram followers, members of the Discord server, and I've asked them to submit questions so that we can do a bit of a Q&A while I play the footage of draining the ocean monument in the background, so that we've got a little bit more going on than just placing the sponge, breaking the sponge, placing the sponge. Thank you so much to everybody that submitted questions. Really hope you enjoy this episode and the answers. So, let's get into it. What is your favourite build style? I really like the old 2012 version of Minecraft where you had like those houses that had the oak logs as the pillars, and then it just had like cobblestone and maybe some stone brick. I love that style of building. I know it's not in favour at the moment, I know it's not particularly exotic, but I feel like it really works. It's really nostalgic. It just reminds me of Minecraft as it has been all of these years. But I do also love cyan concrete and anything that comes out of an ocean monument. What is your favourite and least favourite farm to build? I love building any farm that has a flying machine in it. So a bamboo farm, just watching that come down is very, very satisfying. If you've ever seen my series 1 in Valeria, I had one of those and it was amazing. My least favourite farm to build, I would probably say, is anything that includes villagers, so probably an iron farm. They're super useful, I always have one or access to one in every series, but I hate building them. What are the first 3 farms that you build in a world? Well, my first priority every single time is to get up to Fortune 3 because I hate mining diamonds without it. It just feels like a waste. So it's always a cow farm and then a wheat farm and a sugarcane farm. But my first bigger farms depends on what else I've built. If I built a villager trading hall, then it tends to be some sort of melon or pumpkin farm or some sort of crop farm. But if I haven't built a villager trading hall, iron farm is normally going up there pretty quick. In this series, it was actually the guardian farm because I wanted a source of XP to get that enchanted going. So normally anything with some XP, maybe even a skelly spawner if I can find one and convert that. What's something that you've never done in Minecraft? I have never legitimately fought and beaten the Wither. I've always lost. I've only ever tried it twice and I've lost every single time. So now I just do the Wither trap underneath the end portal in the end, and that works for me to get my beacons. What's your favourite thing to do in Minecraft? Item transportation systems, hands down my favourite thing. Using ice streams and water pathways and that sort of thing, just watching items come in from farms and go into storage systems. I don't know why, I just find it very satisfying. Why don't you start a solo series? I just don't have the time. At one point there were 2 realms running. There was Corruption and Seacraft, both amazing realms. I was already on Corruption. Everyone was saying come over to Seacraft, but I literally did not have enough time to create content and edit it in a way that fit with my style, but also was entertaining. I couldn't maintain the quality. So I'm just sticking with the one world for now. Plus, let's be honest, it's called the Better Together update for a reason. It's literally better together. What's your process for structuring episodes? It really depends on what's happening in the episode, but I like to put some cinematic sequences in there instead of just the usual here's me doing this, here's me doing that, which in fairness the 25 day series has been a lot of here's me doing this and here's me doing that, but I do try and get those cinematic elements in there as well because I love that side of it. It's my favourite editing style. What's your favourite and least favourite block in Minecraft? My favourite block is probably cyan concrete. I just love the colour, but like I say, I also love anything that comes out of an ocean monument. When it comes to my least favourite block, probably just normal diorite. I very rarely use it. I don't hate it. I'm not like Iskall. I don't absolutely hate it, but I just don't love it, so I don't use it. How long does it take to either walk or swim back to spawn from your base in Shadowlands? It's well over 4,000 blocks, that's just in one direction, so actually it's probably more like 6,000 blocks. I think the last time that I did it, I used a boat and it ended up taking me about 45 minutes to get there, but that was, pretty much a straight line as the crow flies. I would hate to think if I was just walking or just swimming, that'd be ridiculous. How much do you love doing voice clips for Ori? I do. I genuinely do love doing it. I love collaborating with other YouTubers anyway, but I love that kind of creative element to it. I love having a bit of a role play going on. More than anything else, I think what I enjoy is that Ori will come to me with some sort of abstract request that I'll have no idea of the context, and she'll say, for example, talk about Rick in a David Attenborough voice, which has happened quite recently. Go and check her channel out. And I had no idea what she was going to do with it. When I watched the episode back, it just fit really, really well. Yeah, love doing voiceover clips for Ori and everyone else actually. What's your favourite editing trick to use? Oh, there are so many. Where do I even start? I love to mask an object that's going right across the screen and use that to transition into another shot. I've done it in a couple of episodes in the past. I'll try and put an example in here if I remember to do it. I also love to do jump cuts to the beat of music.
But yeah, there's some twisted stuff down there.
And I love to make sure that the music matches the theme or the mood of the scene that we're in. So for example, if we're down in a cave, it'll be grimy and moody. If it's in the nether, it'll be a little bit more dramatic and dangerous. And if it's above ground, like in a plains biome for example, then it'll be a little bit more light-hearted and natural and airy-fairy. But I love using music to set the emotion and set the mood within a scene. I also really love putting text in place and holding it in position as the camera moves. I did this particularly with the intro to Valeria. There was like the Minecraft logo, and that took a lot of editing to keep that in the right place as the camera moved over. I'll try and leave that clip in here as well. And the last thing that I'll say for this question is sound design. I put at the beginning of most of my episodes better with headphones because it is. I put a lot of sound design, extra sound effects in there to create atmosphere and also to emphasize whatever's going on screen at the time. Why do all of your series have different formats? The answer to this one is quite simple. It's just me figuring out what works and what doesn't, figuring out what my subscribers are interested in. For example, Valeria Season 1, I was just figuring out my own style, figuring out what type of content I was able to produce and whether or not I was actually going to be able to produce anything that people were going to watch. And then people subscribed and I thought, yeah, that's good, but I wanted to see if that was specifically what they wanted or if it was some other type of content that they wanted. So when we went into Corruption, I ended up doing things a little bit differently. It was more of a Let's Play style series. And then obviously we came over to the 25 day series, and in that one it's more of the 100 day style, and I just wanted to see if that would work or if it wouldn't. I can tell you that the 100 day style, or the 25 days in this case, is a hell of a lot more difficult to edit and to make work than the other ones, because in the other ones you can do a project and however long that takes is however long that takes. You edit that episode to the project. Whereas with the 25 days, you have 25 days to get something interesting done and complete it by the end of that 25 days, otherwise you end up with a half-finished project, and I really don't like doing that. Of course, the Skyblock was slightly different. That was actually a solo world. I had a couple of people in there from time to time, but not actually on camera. That was more of a Let's Play style, and I tried to incorporate more of the cinematic elements in there as well. Who's your favourite small Minecraft YouTuber? There are so many, there's too many to name. There are a lot of people that I'm subscribed to and that I watch because I enjoy watching them figure out what it is that they're going to do with their content, much as the same as I have and I'm still doing actually. It's pretty cool to see kind of Rick, for example, was definitely one of my favourites. He's really doing well in terms of incorporating cinematic elements into his series and having it be more story driven as opposed to just a generic Let's Play. For example, the way that he incorporates his camera account into the story of his day-to-day gaming is absolutely amazing, something that I would never have thought of doing.
Help me.
Incoming transmission. Download complete.
It's me, Rainy Green. Listen, we don't have much time. Rick is in trouble. He needs your help. I enjoy watching Ori, of course, because I love her builds, and there are a number of other content creators in the Shadowlands realm who are brilliant when it comes to the builds. So there's people like Warded Carrot, Owl, Joker, or Jack Stalick. Goldbug. Turtle Havoc, who's doing a roleplay style series in which he's an extraterrestrial and has crash landed in this strange new world. It's brilliant to watch, absolutely amazing. There are a ton of small YouTubers. If there's anyone that I haven't mentioned by name, I apologise, but all of the links to the Shadowlands content creators are down in the description. Go and check them out. Honestly, well worth a watch. Who's your favourite big Minecraft YouTuber? It really depends on what sort of a mood that I'm in, but if I want to learn something new about Minecraft or touch up on my understanding of the game mechanics, I go straight to either Silent Whisperer or Pixel Riffs. And if it's a case that I want to learn how to build or I want to get some inspiration for builds, then it's going to be people like Scar or Mr. Beardstone. If it's anything to do with redstone, it's definitely going to be either Silent Whisperer or Mumbo. And I genuinely think that Mumbo is probably my favourite big YouTuber. I like his style, I like the way his voice sounds, I like the way he puts his episodes together. Probably more sort of series 5, I would say, when he did the Ocean Monument. That's probably one of my favourite series. And season 6 was just brilliant in terms of his tackling bigger builds that he perhaps wasn't comfortable with. Can we expect a new video every Friday at 5:30 PM GMT? I'm working on it, I'm trying. I do have a full-time job and it takes up a lot of my time, obviously. I've also got a personal life and I'm not at a point where I'm making any money off of the series that I'm producing, so it has to be a side project. And so getting a good quality episode out every single Friday actually is quite difficult, but I'm working on it. You'll notice that the last 4 or 5 videos have all been consistently posted on a Friday at 5:30 PM. What is your editing setup? I regularly post photos and videos on my Twitter and my Instagram account of me mid-editing, and if you want to see it live as it's happening, go over there, follow and check it out. But in general, this is the setup. I have a late 2015 model iMac 27-inch screen attached up to a 42-inch television that's actually built into my window, and I have a toner mic, soundproofing on the walls. Do you know what? Why don't I just show you this little clip from a video that I made where we actually set up the office. The full video is available over on my filming channel, Rainy Grinch Filming. Go and check it out if you want to after this video. What's the plan for the rest of Shadowlands? The plan for the rest of Shadowlands was quite simple. I was going to drain that Ocean Monument. Rick and Princess were coming and helping me with that. We made a lot of progress with it, but the problem that we're finding is that actually we're encountering a lot of lag, and that's making it very difficult to produce content, because you try and do something, especially me doing it, trying to do it cinematically, and you end up with this lag and blocks end up popping back. Or the worst thing at the moment is that when you go through a portal, the fear is always there that there's going to be that portal glitch and you're going to end up transported to the coordinates of the Nether portal in the Nether, but in the overworld, which if there's a block there, you just end up suffocating in a wall. So chances are that we are going to end up starting a new series on the Shimmerland realm, and a couple of us are going to be going over there, mainly content creators, in an effort to reduce the amount of lag. Now that doesn't mean that we've got any kind of problem with the Shadowlands server, because honestly it's one of the best servers that I've ever played on. The people are amazing, the content creators have really got some talent, the admins of that server are very, very accommodating and very, very understanding, but also very firm and fair as well, which is the perfect mix that you want in an admin for a server. So what does Shadowlands hold in the future? Probably not that much, but there will be episodes still coming, but it will be likely to be on the Shimmerland realm. To give an example of what I mean by lag, here's a clip of me trying to fire an arrow in a straight line, and you can see that as I fire it, it goes off to the right and then off to the left and then in various different directions. So that's the main reason that we're looking at switching to a new realm. And that's all the questions that I've been given. So as I say, thank you ever so much for asking those questions. I really appreciate it. I've had quite a bit of fun with this episode actually. It's been very, very different to what we normally do. I hope that you've seen in the background what we've been doing in terms of the ocean monument draining. We did make quite a lot of progress. Later on in the series, Rick and Princess are going to come and give us a hand. I've got a couple more episodes planned and already pre-recorded, so the rest of the draining of the ocean monument, for example, and also the end dragon fight, because I actually didn't take part in that fight in terms of as a player. I was there with a camera account and I got some really cool shots of the Ender Dragon. There were 3 fights and then of some of the end busting afterwards. So what I'm going to do is try and get some clips from some other players, see if I can incorporate that into one big cinematic mashup episode to finish off the season. But I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. There's a few more minutes left of finishing off the ocean monument and just draining it off, as well as the clip where we go and save Stony Chain because he managed to die to a zombie who then put on all of his Netherite armor. So if you want to see that, keep on watching. Feel free to watch it or end the video here. It's entirely up to you. I'll try and put some ASMR music in here to try and make it a little bit chilled out and mellow. If you've enjoyed this style of video and will be interested in seeing this sort of thing in the future from time to time, let me know down in the comments, because I really don't know, never done it before. So your feedback, as always, is very much appreciated. And I can't stress this enough, links to other content creators down in the description. Go and check them out, they're amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya! Wow, you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching it. Really appreciate you and your time. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I was watching the last episode back and I came to the conclusion that I put too many subscribe call to actions in there. So in this episode, I haven't put any. Let me know what you think.